know if your succulent wants to be repotted? There will be signs. For example, if you have this kind, he will start to grow a little fringe like that, or literally try to get out of his pots. I kid you not. So look at this. The legs on this guy aren't actually legs, they're just babies that sprouted up from the bottom. And as you can see, this is very overcrowded. The succulent is bigger than the dang pot. So when it gets tough to water, that's your sign to get it out and put it in a bigger pot. With 2 hands, because it's heavy as heck, you take out the whole thing, dirt included, and you start with some basic maintenance. Part of the problem with overcrowding is that a lot of the leaves just don't get enough moisture, and so they start to shrink and shrivel up like that. So you're gonna have a lot of dry leaves. Remove all the dry leaves first from the main plant and also the baby plants, which we will also be repotting as soon as we get them off the main plant. When the baby plants want to branch out on their own, pun intended, you'll know it because they'll be very easy to remove and they'll practically fall off. We'll set those aside for now. Nothing's going to happen to them and they can actually last this way for a couple of days, so no worries. Clear the stem of the main plant of all dried leaves, and even some that are already started to shrivel up but are still a little bit alive, remove those too. It's just better for the plant to get a fresh start whenever you repot. Unfortunately for me in this magnificent specimen, this is the biggest pot in my collection, so I tried to fit it back in, but then realized quickly that that was not going to fly. So I came up with another solution that I've had to use on my big hens. I grabbed a flat plastic delivery plate that I saved up, and then I'm going to place the hen inside so it has a little bit more wiggle room to stretch out and not be so constricted. Any succulent container that has dirt has to have holes for drainage, so I put some holes in there, then filled the dirt and put a plate underneath so that it wouldn't soak my floors every time that I watered it. Using my fingers, I wiggled the plant out of the soil and then just try to finagle it in place. Now, because it is so tall, this container in particular is so shallow, I'm gonna have to come up with some pretty fancy solutions to make sure that it grows evenly without too much of its weight pressing on a particular part, because that would kill the plant or possibly even make it moldy. We don't want that. I use 4 empty pots with holes in them so that they don't store up any moisture, and then arrange them around the head of the hen so that the weight would be evenly distributed. These things are heavy, and this one in particular is a chongus. So it needs the extra support until it can grow stronger roots. Or until I can get a bigger pot, whichever happens first. Happy repotting, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them.